I'm Autumn Carlson.
I'm Angela Plunz.
And we started UnPlastic Northern Saskatchewan. It was originally UnPlastic La Ronge, and after our first meeting with the community, we changed it to encompass the whole north, hoping that that makes a difference. So the first part of our presentation has to do with things you can actually recycle in La Ronge. La Ronge is one of the few places left where you can recycle things called films. Plastic films are the thinner bag type things, the inside of your cereal box, things like that, sanitary napkin wrappers. As long as things are clean, rinsed out, you can recycle them. With this, also your plastic bags from the grocery store. Then there's things like cardboard boxes, and this also goes into cardboard type items. If you're not using your paper rolls to start your fire in your fireplace, then definitely these are things you can be recycling. Soap boxes, cereal boxes, medicine boxes, gum packaging. All of this can be recycled. Okay. Also in La Ronge.
Sure. So next we have our little display here of the plastics containers that you can recycle. The big difference with these and some others that you can't is that these are compactable. So when they go to get shipped, they get all squished together, and these kind of plastic containers don't shatter. So if you can squish it and it's clean, you can recycle it. Tin cans, take the label off, put that with your paper, clean out the cans. Now sometimes they had an issue with the sharp edges.
Yes.
But if you all put the lid inside, squish it, or use a can opener that doesn't puncture it, kind of just gets the seal out. Some other things you can, even though this has a little plastic window, that's okay to do your envelope. Any kind of paper.
Multicolored paper even is okay.
Toothpaste, you can if it doesn't have the metal
liner in it, the shiny metal liner in it. So, use your toothpaste, cut it open, clean it out, and if it doesn't have that metallic look inside, it's actually recyclable as long as it's a large enough size. So this would be just large enough to do.
And that's why chip bags and often dog food bags aren't recyclable, even though they're plastic outside. They have a metal tin lining.
Yeah, or they're a paper plastic combo, and that can't be recycled. On to other tin type things or aluminum type things. So there was the can, but also pie plates, lasagna plates, any of these kind of things, the tops of your sour cream or yogurt containers. Rinse them off and recycle them. These are recyclable at the La Ronge Recycling Depot on Finlayson Street. It's kind of straight across the highway from the fire station in there. These types of lids actually are also recyclable. This type of lid, those are all recyclable. This would also be recyclable with papers, and even things this size can go with your cardboards. This is special.
So this one, we mentioned a lot of dog food and cat food bags aren't recyclable because they have the foil lining, but this particular one doesn't. So this would be fine as long as you rinse it out so that the residue doesn't contaminate the entire lot.
Yeah. If it's dirty, it's garbage. They just throw it into the bin destined for the landfill. Dirty recycling is a waste of your time and a waste of their time. And it's not a waste of water to rinse things. That's a question we often get. Everything from washable diapers to recycling. But I'm wasting water. You aren't, because it takes more water to produce an item like this than you're using. So the more we're recycling it, the better.
There's some things that you can't recycle, unfortunately, or just a little more difficult. So right here we have tiny bits of paper, but if you can get them maybe through a shredder to go with shredded paper, or put them inside a larger envelope, that would work. This is too rigid, is it? It's just too small. Okay. So it just falls out of the bales when they get all the products squished together.
If this was slightly larger, you could cut it open. You have to dispose of the cap or find some way to include the cap so that it's not a small thing. Rinse it out, then it would be recyclable. If it was just even a little bit larger. You could even try with this size, such as the mini toothpaste. But these items here are all too small and too rigid. They don't compact and they're just too small.
Styrofoam, we don't have the facility here to recycle styrofoam, so it ends up in the landfill.
Yeah.
So try to avoid it.
Most places don't recycle styrofoam, and they just break down into toxic microplastics.
So get rid of the styrofoam plates and cups and functions. We love here, they're using regular dishes and utensils and washing them in the dishwasher.
And if you have to use disposable, go with the paper option, and you can even get wooden or bamboo type of, or even I think it's rice, some kind of rice resin cutlery, because cutlery is too rigid and it shatters, it cannot be recycled. Just like these items, too rigid to recycle.
These are paper, but they're wax lined to keep the water from getting through. So unfortunately, anything with a wax liner you can't recycle. It is better than the styrofoam because eventually it will degrade.
And better than the plastic as well.
If you can use a reusable water bottle or coffee cup.
I have gotten milkshakes put in this before. I have other glass kind of cups with silicone around them that the children use for a milkshake and that kind of thing. They will do it for you. If you don't have that on you, ask for a paper cup. Some milkshakes and such come in plastic cups. Then you're into your plastic, your toxic microplastics. Stick with these, they're slightly better, well they're quite a bit better. They will put your milkshakes in their wax cups if you ask.
This, you can't separate the plastic away from the paper, so unfortunately this type of wrapping isn't recyclable. Again, we have, I think,
It's a nylon. Not that you can't separate these, so they're not recyclable together. Whereas an all plastic or all paper envelope would be recyclable. These are also, even though they look all foil, they actually have a plastic compound in them. This is a medication container of some sort, Poppos. The foil and the plastic doesn't separate, not recyclable. This would be recyclable as plastic, but it is not because it does have a metallic look inside. That's an automatic no.
We've got lots of resources, so if you're interested in learning more, get in touch with us on the Facebook page. Kids here, they've been really interested, teenagers.
For sure. We're on Facebook. You just go to UnPlastic Northern Sask, S-A-S-K, and you can like our group and join it. And there's constant information that comes through there on how to reduce plastic, plastic alternatives, things like that. They estimated in 2015 that 5 trillion plastic bags are used per year. So in an effort to get away from plastics, which degrade in 100 to 400 years into toxic microplastics, which get into our water and our earth, we have alternate type of things you can switch to. The UN environmental report says that by 2050, the year 2050, 99% of seabirds will have ingested plastic. 99%. That's quite significant, and it's a reason to really stop using this much plastic, find alternatives to plastic, reuse and reduce. That's our big what can you do. Number 1, reduce what you're using in terms of plastic. Use less plastic, find non-plastic alternatives. Buy in bulk by taking your own containers. And say no to single-use plastics. Number 2 is to reuse. Reusable cutlery, reusable straws, things like that. Number 3 is recycle what you can't reduce on and find alternatives to. So then here's our plastic alternatives.
So we've got a lot of products, so when people give up using certain things that aren't shampoo and conditioner with these really compact products. Anything washable and reusable, so not using Swiffer pads, but using these cloth ones, or instead of cotton cosmetic pads and plastic mesh scrubbies, you can get ones that are washable. This bamboo toothbrush replaces the rigid plastic one. This will degrade a lot.
Yeah, the bamboo will actually degrade.
So it's making things easy for people to take their own cutlery, take a wash.
Handy dandy.
Yeah. And instead of saran wrap, we're trying to encourage people to use beeswax wrap.
Reusable, like washable,
Yeah.
not in your dishwasher or washing machine, just a light wash with a mild soap.
This is a big one. I really love these.
This is huge.
Instead of
Yeah.
using the plastic bags at the grocery store for vegetables, fruit, get these little mesh bags. They're really quite inexpensive.
Or sew your own.
Yep, and that works perfectly. Instead of Ziploc bags, I know this is plastic, but it goes in the dishwasher and wash it out. And then a big one, we're really encouraging people to use take their own bags instead of using the disposable or single-use plastic bags. So there's lots of options. And
Water bottles, always take your own water bottle, refill it wherever you can. Even though recycling is available for bottles, we need to reduce, and reuse. Recycling should be an option for only those things that you feel you absolutely can't reduce on or find a reusable item for. So yeah, that's us. We'll show you our card again. If you want to zoom in on that, if you want to find us on Facebook.
thanks for having us here.
Yeah. It's a 2018 Northern Saskatchewan Student Eco Conference.